The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 3 reveal that the action hits hard and fast in GC as your favorite characters shock and awe the town. For starters, Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson go public with their rekindled flame, and Billy Abbott launches his spiteful new business. GC hit with shocking couple news. Last week Adam cooked for Chelsea, and the sparks were flying at the dinner table. He impressed her with his skill and thoughtfulness. They got real and confronted the elephant in the room, their attraction. Billy, gobsmacked by Adam and Chelsea. Billy catches an eyeful of Chelsea and Adam when he goes on a coffee run. He foretold this reunion, but still it hurts to see them in the flesh. Billy and Adam despise each other, so expect some barbed comments along the lines of "I told you so" and "what have we here?" Basic snark. Adam could inquire when Billy unleashes his attack on Newman Media and himself. Will Billy lie to Adam? Billy said he's given up on revenge, but fans know better, so does Adam. He thinks that Billy debuting a communications company says everything he needs to know. Indeed, Abbott Communications is a way for Billy to attack Newman Media. Billy has been giving covert orders to someone on the phone, indicating his deception as he's asked for intel on all that is going on at Chancellor since Nikki Newman took over. Clearly, Billy is lying through his teeth to his loved ones, and when they find out, consequences will rain down. What happens next in Genoa City, Wisconsin? Explosive show spoilers hint that Adam and Billy go scorched earth on each other on Monday's episode, and we predict that Chelsea has her hands full trying to defuse the situation. Are things getting rocky for Chatham barely 15 minutes after they hard launched their romance? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that 3 passionate encounters could be coming up. So let's talk about which characters may be destined to sizzle. Who's going to hit the sheets and shake things up in Genoa City? 1. Lily and Damien. Of course, we should start with the most obvious bedroom contenders. Damien Kane is flirting up a storm and pursuing Lily Winters awfully hard despite her rather aloof attitude around him. Y and R is basically offering a neon sign that Lily's going to fall for Damien despite all her trust issues. Damien may have some ulterior motives for chasing after Lily, but he seems poised to fall hard too. The countdown is on when it comes to Lily and Damien landing in bed together, so it'll be interesting to see how long it takes them to get there. 2. Audra and Holden. Audra Charles recently uttered the magic soap word that can spell trouble when talking about a past relationship: intense. That's how Audra described her old romance with Holden Novak during a conversation with Sally Spectra. If things were so intense before, they're bound to get intense again. It sounds like the show's building to a situation where Audra may surrender to temptation with Damien, so that could prove disastrous for her relationship with Nate Hastings. 3. Summer and Kyle. Next, let's talk about Summer Newman and Kyle Abbott, since they may be a wildcard option for a passionate encounter. There are no guarantees that Kyle will land back in bed with Summer, but it's certainly a possibility to consider. During the week of March 3-7, Kyle will try to establish some boundaries with his ex. Summer has been pushing things lately, so Kyle may remind her to stay in her lane and respect his romance with Claire Newman. However, the fact that Kyle needs to set boundaries at all could prove he's getting nervous. Deep down, Kyle may have some lingering feelings for Summer, even if he's not willing to admit them yet. Summer will make some bold moves as this storyline progresses, so it's easy to imagine Kyle being unable to resist her somewhere down the line. Kyle may have a blow-up with Claire brewing that could ultimately push him back into bed with Summer. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some sizzling moments are ahead on Y&R, so we'll bring you more passion partner predictions and updates on any hot news to come. Where you want to be for fantastic Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so visit us often. In Soaps.com's latest Young and Restless spoilers for Monday, March 3 through Friday, March 7, Phyllis and Summer continue playing a game which they might not be able to win. Elsewhere, suspicions are raised and questions are asked. Lily gets to know Damien better, and Nikki asks Victor to do the one thing we can't imagine him doing. Read on for all the details. Young and Restless spoilers week of March 3. Although truces between them don't tend to last all that long, Jack gives little brother Billy his blessing. Restless rant, a Young and Restless horror story. Sharon and Phyllis endgame. Plus, vote for your fave potential couple. Lily's been spending time with Damien, but lest anyone think she's wearing blinders, where the newbie is concerned, never ear. She's suspicious that all isn't what it seems with the handsome fella. Stop us if you've heard this one before, but Sally is ready to announce her latest venture. At this point, what career path hasn't the redhead pursued? Young and Restless spoilers for Tuesday, March 4. Phyllis and Sharon put their heads together and come up with a plan to escape their mysterious captor. But can they beat him at his own game? Daniel hopes that Chance might launch an investigation, and we're betting it involves his mom's absence. Meanwhile, Summer makes it clear she's pretty sure that Sharon is somehow involved. Young and Restless spoilers for Wednesday, March 5. Despite having watched Jack and Victor butt heads for literally decades, Nikki tries persuading her current and former husband to put aside their differences. Good luck with it, one girl. This being a day of the week ending in Y, Billy decides pushing Adam's buttons would be a good use of his time. But it might be better spent attempting to plug up the leak that's just been discovered at Jabot. People have been speculating left and right about the identity of Sharon and Phyllis' kidnapper. But what if they're all wrong? Young and Restless spoilers for Thursday, March 6. Having been through just about every trauma imaginable, Nikki is the perfect person to offer Claire a little bit of advice, no matter the topic. Devin hopes Lily might be able to give him some intel about Damien. Kyle and Summer have a long and storied history, which might be why he recognizes the need to set boundaries with his ex. But knowing her as we do, one has to wonder if she'll respect them. Young and Restless spoilers for Friday, March 7. Claire may be Victor's grandchild, but that won't stop him from making ultimatums where she is concerned. What are Audra and Holden up to? We may get a better idea when the two get together to hatch a scheme. Although they don't share a biological connection, Jack has long thought of Summer as a daughter. So when he makes her a promise, it's one we have no doubt he'll do his darndest to keep. The Young and the Restless spoilers for next week's episodes of the hit CBS soap tease that Much Blame and Ultimatums hit Genoa City. February sweeps ended with a bang, with Phyllis and Sharon being held hostage together. The two enemies must join forces to secure their freedom, and it won't be easy with these women. Meanwhile, we are in for more of the same, with Jack and Victor feuding and Billy making waves. Y&R will continue integrating Damien into the Hastings/Winters family, but not necessarily with open arms. Here's what's happening on the Young and the Restless next week. The Sharon and Phyllis saga. It should surprise no one that Phyllis and Sharon hit some major snags trying to escape. Even when they form an escape plan, the two foes can't seem to agree on a single thing. However, after Phyllis has a meltdown, they devise a risky plan to gain their freedom. Lucky for them, not everyone buys their cover stories, and new suspicions are starting to mount. In fact, Daniel demands Chance open an investigation into Phyllis' disappearance. Summer, for her part, stirs the pot by blaming Sharon for her mother's disappearance. Before the week ends, Summer gains an ally in Jack, who promises to use his power to find out where Phyllis is. Jack and Victor's drama. Jack ups his game to take on Victor when a leak at Jabot is discovered. The new feud pushes Nikki to her limits. Nikki has had enough of Jack and Victor fighting. The Newman matriarch makes a demand of her friend and husband that they really shouldn't take lightly. It's not just Jack who will feel Victor's wrath next week. Claire receives an ultimatum from her grandfather about Kyle, which catches her off guard. The situation leads Claire to seek advice from Nikki, but she might not like what her grandmother has to say. More Genoa City happenings. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Billy gets something he's always wanted, Jack's blessing. Billy Boy also takes time away from building his new business to push Adam's buttons. Lily shares her suspicions about Damien with Nate and Devin. At the same time, Holden and Audra put on their scheming hats. All of this, plus Ellie unveils her next venture, and Kyle sets boundaries with Summer. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers remain stuck in captivity. But who's responsible for their nightmare? The answer depends on the motive behind all this. Phyllis and Sharon have done plenty of debating about what exactly their captor wants. Sometimes Sharon and Phyllis think they're meant to sort out their differences, but they've also wondered whether their captor wants them to destroy each other. Y and R spoilers have played this up as a life-threatening situation, and the distorted voice delivering orders insisted the prize of this game was staying alive. There's a chance this is the work of some past villain that'll ultimately be revealed. However, it's also possible that someone who cares about both Sharon and Phyllis has had enough of their antics. This may be a drastic last resort to convince Phyllis and Sharon to move beyond their issues. It's worth mentioning that Sharon and Phyllis aren't exactly being hurt here. They've even got access to coffee in the morning. Their captor seems fairly considerate under the circumstances and has thought of everything. There's also the matter of these riddles connected to Phyllis and Sharon's history, right down to the song that was playing at the charity event they fought at. The person to blame knows a ton about Sharon and Phyllis' conflict over the years. Who would know all these historical facts and care enough about pushing the women to make peace? Could it be Michael Baldwin who's behind this double kidnapping and the strange game that's going down? It seems cruel for Michael to make Sharon and Phyllis' families worry after the ordeals they've already been through lately. That said, maybe Michael's hoping the phone calls will suffice until these two can call a truce. As for the drugging that Phyllis and Sharon believe happened, what if it wasn't quite that sinister? Perhaps it'll eventually be revealed that Michael slipped Sharon and Phyllis some sleepy time tea that was perfectly natural and harmless. Likewise, all this talk about playing the game to stay alive may be nothing more than a scare tactic. Whatever the case, there's no denying that the captor's pattern of speech could fit for Michael. Despite the distorted sound, there's something so Michael-ish about some of the words and phrases coming through that speaker. In the February 28 episode, the mysterious voice greeted the ladies and later responded to Sharon's valid request by suggesting that he'd consider a commensurate prize. Michael is a lawyer with a flair for the dramatic, so he often speaks rather formally like that. It's possible Victor Newman is involved, but he's definitely not the person talking to Sharon and Phyllis. Victor was busy having a conversation with Nick Newman and Nikki Newman when the captor was delivering instructions. Plus, it's hard to believe Victor would care enough about Phyllis and Sharon getting along to be part of this elaborate ruse. Michael's the one with the motive for bringing these two women together. When Victor summoned Michael recently, Michael thought it might be about the Jabot spies and his plot against Jack Abbott. It was actually about Victor wanting info on Damien Kane's connection to Aristotle Dumas. You'd think there would have been veiled talk about some other thing Michael was handling if Victor was in on this. Perhaps Michael is flying solo on this one, though Victor might know what he's up to. Regardless, Michael makes the most sense when we add up all the captor clues, at least so far. That could change as the game progresses, but all signs certainly seem to be pointing to Michael at the moment. If Michael is indeed to blame, he may pay the price. You can bet Michael will face major backlash if Sharon, Phyllis, and their loved ones find out he took his plan to such an extreme level. The young and the restless spoilers say Michael could land in some hot water, so we'll bring you predictions on the follow and updates on any shocking news ahead. The place to be for terrific young and the restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so visit us often for more Y&R info. Brittany Sarpy unceremoniously fired from The Young and the Restless. It has been quite some time since fans last saw Brittany Sarpy, who plays Alina Dawson on The Young and the Restless. This prolonged absence has led to speculation. Has the show quietly let her go? Let's break it down. The rise of Alina Dawson. Brittany Sarpy first joined Y&R in 2019 as Alina Dawson, making an impactful entrance. Her character was introduced as the cousin of Anna Hamilton and the caretaker of her uncle, the musician Jet Slade. After struggling with her medical residency, Alina found support in Devon, who paid off her student loans. From there, romance blossomed, and Alina became entangled in Genoa City's dramatic love web. Alina's most significant storylines revolved around her tumultuous relationships with Devon and Nate. While she initially cheated on Devon, she later found herself on the receiving end when Nate betrayed her with Victoria. Her final major storyline in 2023 involved catching Nate sneaking around with Victoria. Instead of staying to fight for her place, Alina packed her bags and left for Doctors Without Borders, and then she disappeared. A sudden and mysterious exit. Since her departure, Alina has been largely absent from Y&R. There were no updates, no unexpected returns, until the show's 13,000th episode in November 2024. Even then, her appearance was fleeting, lasting just about a week. Her short-lived return happened when Phyllis was hospitalized after a car crash at Abby's wedding, and then, just as suddenly, Alina was gone again. Fans have been left wondering why such a compelling character with so much potential was sidelined so drastically. Many believe that Y&R simply didn't know how to integrate her into the corporate and power-driven storylines that dominate the show. Unlike characters such as Chance and Sharon, who were maneuvered into business-driven plots, Alina remained a medical professional, making her less relevant in the grander scheme of Genoa City's high-stakes drama. Has Y&R quietly fired Brittany Sarpy? While there has been no official statement from the show regarding Sarpy's status, we do know that she was moved from a regular cast member to recurring status. However, some fans fear that Y&R is giving her the same treatment that Doug Davidson, who played Paul Williams, received. Davidson's character was left in limbo for years before he was ultimately fired without warning. Despite remaining on the cast list, his appearances dwindled, and when he was officially let go, he didn't even receive the customary farewell party. Currently, Sarpy's name still appears in the credits, much like Davidson's did before his official exit. If the show has indeed cut her loose, it wouldn't come as a shock to longtime viewers. Many believe that Y&R has simply lost interest in the character of Alina, leading to her quiet removal from the canvas. What's next for Alina Dawson? Is this truly the end of Alina Dawson on Y&R? Has the show officially parted ways with Brittany Sarpy, or is she simply on an indefinite hiatus? With no clear answer from the production team, fans are left to speculate about whether Alina will ever make a meaningful return. What do you think? Has Y&R written off Alina Dawson for good, or is there still a chance she might return? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The once unshakable trust in law enforcement begins to crumble as Nick Newman finds himself at a dangerous crossroads, with Sharon and Phyllis missing and the police offering little. In terms of answers, Nick, alongside Daniel, is determined to uncover the sinister truth behind their disappearance. The weight of past betrayals and unanswered questions pushes them to take matters into their own hands, leading them down a path of dark revelations and shocking suspicions. As Nick and Daniel piece together the puzzle, a chilling discovery shakes them to the core. Surveillance footage reveals the horrifying moment when Phyllis and Sharon are forcibly taken, their expressions vacant, their bodies limp as they are loaded into a sleek silver car. The terrifying realization sets in. This was no random act of violence, but a meticulously orchestrated abduction designed to ensure complete control over the victims. But who could be behind such a calculated scheme? Their investigation takes them to a quaint cafe, where Phyllis and Sharon were last seen. What initially seemed like a casual meeting soon takes a sinister turn. Close-up footage shows them laughing, unaware of the nightmare that awaited them. However, their drinks had been spiked with powerful sedatives, leaving them defenseless against their attackers. The methodical nature of the setup leaves Nick and Daniel with a foreboding sense that someone with intricate knowledge of their lives was pulling the strings. As they sift through the evidence, an unlikely figure emerges as a primary suspect, Chance Chancellor, a decorated police officer with a reputation for operating in the shadows. Chance has long walked the fine line between protector and enforcer. His unorthodox methods, unpredictable behavior, and deep ties to the city's power structure make him a wild card. But could he truly be responsible for such a heinous crime? Nick's gut tells him that Chance may not be the hero everyone believes him to be. There have been whispers, hushed conversations about his erratic decisions, and a past filled with questionable actions. Could this be the moment where those suspicions are finally confirmed? As Nick and Daniel dig deeper, their findings only fuel their unease. Every lead, every piece of evidence, seems to point toward a shocking conclusion. Chance might be the mastermind behind the entire operation. Determined to expose the truth, Nick embarks on a covert mission to track Chancey's movements, comb through his records, and gather enough proof to confront him. Meanwhile, Daniel taps into his network, speaking with people who have seen Chancey's darker side firsthand. A pattern emerges, one of manipulation, secrecy, and the possibility of a hidden agenda masked by the uniform he wears. As the tension builds, the city itself seems to hold its breath. The once respected officer is now at the center of a growing conspiracy, and Nick knows that bringing him down will not be easy. The confrontation that awaits will be explosive, a battle of wills between a man seeking justice and a figure who may have orchestrated an unthinkable betrayal. But the deeper they go, the more dangerous the situation becomes. If Chance is truly behind the kidnapping, then exposing him could have dire consequences, not just for Nick and Daniel, but for the entire city. And with time running out for Sharon and Phyllis, every second counts. As the layers of deception peel away, Genoa City braces itself for a revelation that could change everything. Is Chance truly the kidnapper, or is there an even greater force at play? One thing is certain, Nick will stop at nothing to uncover the horrifying truth, even if it means facing the darkness head-on. Lily Winters, always a strong and decisive person in work and life, finds herself facing challenges in love. In her complicated relationship with Damon King, Lily devises a cunning plan to uncover the secrets that Damien is hiding. She wants to exploit important information while ensuring that nothing is revealed, creating an atmosphere full of tension yet also filled with humorous moments between them. Lily begins her journey with a clear strategy to get Damon to open up and share parts of his past that he has kept hidden. She knows that Damien, who has always been cold and unapproachable, has wounds that have not yet healed. His complicated past could pose a threat to both the Winters family and her relationships. She decides to build a closer bond with Damon, but with a clear purpose. While Damon seems to open up to Lily more and more, she skillfully weaves the story into the lives of those around him, including Amy Louise, whom Lily believes holds a key part of the story. Lily knows that getting Damien to talk to Amy again will be a crucial turning point. This is her chance to gather more information and an opportunity for Damon to reveal truths he has long hidden. He interactions between them inevitably bring humor, as Damon remains suspicious and does not easily trust anyone, especially Lily, who approaches him with a gentle facade but a clear agenda. At times, both must conceal their motives, creating unspoken tension. However, as Damon begins to feel closer to Lily, her unexpected humor makes him more comfortable, gradually allowing pieces of his past to surface. A tense relationship. While Lily wants to extract information from Damien, she must also face the possibility that she may suffer the most if things do not go according to plan. Damon, with his many mysterious connections, is always cautious about protecting his secrets. Does he suspect Lily's overly close actions, or does he realize she is subtly manipulating him? Adding to the tension, Victor Newman, Lily's father, worries that his daughter is too trusting of Damien. Victor has always been the protector of his family, and Lily's growing involvement with Damon raises alarms. He fears the consequences of her actions and anticipates great challenges ahead. Meanwhile, Lily's love life becomes even more complicated. Her relationships with important men, Nate Hastings and Devin Hamilton, are tested by secrets she cannot reveal. One difficult situation after another forces Lily to reconsider her decisions. Michael and the encounter with Victor. One day, Michael, a close friend of Victor, visits him and updates him on the escalating problems surrounding Lily. Michael is concerned that Lily is putting herself in danger. Their conversation shifts beyond Lily's challenges to broader family concerns. Michael informs Victor that their agents need more time to gather intelligence on Damon and his activities. This only fuels Victor's worries about his daughter's safety. But for now, there is little he can do but wait. The discussion turns to Victor's health. Michael urges him to rest, but Victor refuses. He cannot afford to while his family is at risk. Protecting his family is not just a responsibility. It is his duty as a father. Part of Victor's plan includes investigating Damon's company, an important step in shielding his family from potential threats. He cannot allow anyone, Damon or otherwise, to endanger the Newman legacy. Michael agrees that understanding those surrounding Damon is critical. Despite the lack of clear information, both men agree to monitor the situation closely. Victor sees this not just as a family struggle, but a battle for the Newman family's survival. Lily's plans for Damon become riskier. As Lily's plans grow more intricate, she faces increasing risks she has yet to fully grasp. However, she is not one to give up easily. She knows that protecting her family sometimes requires difficult decisions. Damon is slowly revealing pieces of his past, but will Lily uncover all of his secrets without exposing herself in the process? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday. February 28 tease that today in GC Billy Abbott is sus about his ex and business partner Phyllis Summers, while concerned Nick Newman and Daniel Rumalotti try to uncover a mystery. Daniel and Nick are aware that both Phyllis and Sharon Newman are missing. Could this be a coincidence? Not likely. Strange disappearances. Compounding the issue, both women apparently lost their phones and disappeared suddenly. Factoring in that Sharon and Phyllis made contact at the same time raises red flags, but Nick and Daniel want to believe them when they said they are fine. It's better than the alternative. Also, Summer Newman heard Phyllis' voice and Nick heard Sharon's, so they will comfort themselves that all is kosher. But when Billy comes home from Paris, he is worried about Phyllis. This is because Phyllis told Summer that she was on business and not to tell Billy. But Billy never heard from her. Phyllis and Sharon must cooperate. Interestingly, Nick and Daniel go on the down low when they next talk to Billy. They could intimate that Phyllis just took off for some me time alone, which puzzles Billy. Billy is suspicious of Phyllis' sudden trip since she was so excited about going to work for his new company, Abbott Communications. Will Billy be the one to put two and two together and save the kidnapped women? Phyllis is in trouble. Meanwhile, at the insane asylum, Phyllis and Sharon are going down memory lane courtesy of their captor, who wants them to solve puzzles. It turns out that the entire purpose is to review Sharon and Phyllis' history, and we're sure this will be highly entertaining for daytime fans. Audra withholds information. Meanwhile, Audra Charles has words with Holden Novak. Will she reveal that she told Nate Hastings about their past? Just because she said something doesn't mean she told him everything. Turns out that Audra and Holden were serious in Los Angeles. Audra now tries to keep Holden silent, but is Audra the one who slips up? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the young and the restless spoilers, news and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. One of these exciting new opportunities is her guest role on Blue Ridge, the series which airs on the INSP network. The show was filmed in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Melissa shared pictures and behind-the-scenes videos from the set with her fans. In her guest appearance, she plays a character named Janet, who, based on the photos, appears to be an actress. She teased her role with a Shakespeare quote in her Instagram caption, writing, "To be or not to be, that is the question." A nod to the world of acting. Melissa's fans were excited to see her take on a new role, and she seemed just as excited, sharing how much fun she was having on set. Melissa's co-star a Martinez. Melissa also shared that her co-star on Blue Ridge is a Martinez, a well-known actor in the soap world. A Martinez won a Daytime Emmy Award in 1990 for his role as Cruz Castillo on Santa Barbara, and has appeared in many other soap operas, including General Hospital, One Life to Live, and Days of Our Lives. His long history in daytime TV made him a familiar face to soap fans. It seems like he and Melissa got along well on set. Though Melissa is busy with her new projects, Melissa has made it clear that she still loves the young and restless. She thanked her fans for their support, especially after the news of her contract change spread. She explained in a video that she didn't expect such a big reaction, but was grateful for the love and encouragement. Melissa also confirmed that she is still part of the Y&R family and will continue to play Abby whenever the show needs her. Melissa's journey shows that even when things change, new opportunities can open up. She's found a way to balance her longtime role at Y&R with exciting new projects like Blue Ridge, proving that there's always more to explore in the world of entertainment. Fans can look forward to seeing her in both her classic role and new characters in the future. Why do you think they got rid of her consistent role as Abby? Will we see Melissa in plenty more TV shows? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.